In the world of technology and innovation, Elon Musk is often seen as a genius who thrives on building rockets, designing electric cars, and dreaming of colonizing Mars. But what if there was something else, something completely unexpected, that Elon was astonishingly good at? What if, behind the veneer of SpaceX and Tesla, there lay a secret talent, one so incredible that even those closest to him had no clue? This is the story of Elon Musk, the world's greatest and most clandestine painter. The revelation came to light in the most peculiar of circumstances. It all started on a quiet Tuesday evening, when Elon, notorious for his grueling work schedule, decided to take a rare evening off. For once, he wasn't poring over engineering blueprints or strategizing about AI. Instead, he was alone in the living room of his Bel Air mansion, staring at a blank canvas. "Let's see if I've still got it," he murmured to himself, picking up a brush. He hadn't touched a paintbrush in years, not since his teenage days in Pretoria, when he would sketch landscapes to escape the chaos of his family life. Back then, painting was a solace, a world where he could be both creator and explorer. He dipped the brush into a palette of vibrant acrylics. His movements were hesitant at first, but as the colors began to flow, so did his confidence. Within an hour, the blank canvas transformed into a mesmerizing swirl of galaxies, nebulae, and distant stars. It was as if the universe itself had spilled onto the canvas, alive with energy and motion. Elon leaned back and surveyed his work, a rare smile crossing his face. That night, he painted another and another. By the time the sun rose, he had completed 5 breathtaking pieces. They ranged from surreal portraits to abstract landscapes, each brimming with emotion and depth. To the untrained eye, these paintings could have easily belonged in the Louvre. Elon's creative burst didn't stop there. Over the following weeks, he spent his nights painting in secret. The room he had initially used for storage became his private studio. Soon, canvases of all sizes lined the walls, each one more captivating than the last. But how could someone so famous, so constantly scrutinized, keep such a secret? The answer lay in his meticulous planning. The studio was soundproofed, the art supplies were discreetly ordered under pseudonyms, and he painted only during hours when the mansion was empty. To the world, Elon was the same tireless entrepreneur they'd always known. But in his private world, he was a visionary artist. It wasn't long before fate intervened. One evening, his brother Kimball Musk visited unannounced. Kimball had always been close to Elon, and he was one of the few people who could navigate his brother's enigmatic personality. As Kimball wandered through the house, he stumbled upon the studio. "What the ye?" muttered, stepping inside. The sheer beauty of the paintings left him speechless. He immediately recognized the bold strokes and meticulous details as Elon's handiwork. When Elon returned to find Kimball staring at a canvas, he froze. "What are you doing here?" he demanded, his voice sharper than he intended. Kimball turned, grinning. "What am I doing here? What are you doing here? And more importantly, why have you been hiding this?" Elon sighed, running a hand through his hair. "It's just a hobby," he said dismissively. "Nothing important." Kimball shook his head. "Are you kidding? This isn't just good, it's extraordinary. People need to see this." Elon was adamant. "No one can know. This is personal, Kimball. It's not for the world." But Kimball, ever the persuasive sibling, couldn't let it go. "Just one piece. Let me take one piece to an anonymous art show. No one will know it's yours." After hours of debate, Elon reluctantly agreed, under one condition. The painting would be displayed under a pseudonym, with no ties to him whatsoever. The piece chosen was titled Cosmic Silence, a stunning portrayal of a solitary astronaut gazing at an endless galaxy. When it debuted at a local Los Angeles art gallery, it created an immediate sensation. Critics were effusive in their praise, calling it a masterpiece of emotion and imagination. The mysterious artist, identified only as E.M., became an overnight sensation in the art world. Requests for interviews flooded the gallery, and wealthy collectors offered astronomical sums to purchase the painting. One eccentric billionaire even offered $10 million for cosmic silence, but Kimball refused on Elon's behalf. Meanwhile, Elon watched from the shadows, both amazed and amused by the chaos. He hadn't expected such an overwhelming response, but he couldn't deny the thrill it gave him. For the first time in years, he felt a different kind of fulfillment, one that had nothing to do with technology or business. Despite his initial hesitation, Elon couldn't resist the lure of sharing more. Over the next year, he anonymously released a series of paintings, each one more daring and intricate than the last. They explored themes of humanity, nature, and the cosmos, often blurring the lines between reality and imagination. His work was featured in prestigious galleries worldwide, and E.M. became a name whispered with reverence in artistic circles. Speculation about the artist's identity grew rampant. Some believed E.M. was a reclusive genius, others theorized it was a collective of artists. But no one guessed the truth. The turning point came during a live auction in New York City. One of Elon's paintings, Stardust Symphony, was up for bidding, and the room buzzed with anticipation. The bidding war escalated quickly, surpassing $20 million. As the auctioneer's gavel struck, declaring the final bid, the crowd erupted in applause. Suddenly, an elderly woman in the audience stood up and asked a question that silenced the room. Why does the artist hide? Surely someone who creates such beauty has nothing to fear. The question lingered in Elon's mind for days. That night, he stood in his studio, staring at his latest piece. Was it time to reveal the truth? Would the world see him differently, or would they understand that he too was more than the labels they had given him? In a rare move, Elon decided to speak at the unveiling of his next painting. The event was held at the Museum of Modern Art, and the anticipation was palpable. As the curtain dropped, revealing his newest work, Ethereal Horizon, the audience gasped. Then, to everyone's shock, Elon Musk himself walked onto the stage. The room erupted in a mixture of gasps and applause. Elon approached the microphone, his expression a blend of nervousness and resolve. For years, I've been known as an entrepreneur, an inventor, a technologist. But there's a part of me that I've kept hidden, a part that thrives on creating not just solutions, but emotions. These paintings are my way of expressing the beauty and complexity of the universe in ways that science alone cannot. The audience rose to their feet, applauding for what seemed like an eternity. Elon's secret was no longer a secret, but instead a new chapter in his extraordinary life. From that day on, Elon Musk's paintings became as iconic as his rockets and cars. He continued to create, balancing the worlds of science and art, proving that even the most logical minds can hold infinite creativity. And for his fans, it was a reminder that behind every great innovator lies a human being, full of dreams and surprises.